Hi guys, I hope you've all had a great Easter and are looking forward to starting our learning again. Okay, so today's Monday and we're going to have a go at learning from home. So firstly, there's a few things I'd like to talk about. So firstly, we're going to start doing shout out videos on a Monday and a Wednesday. Okay, so you should have one today from Miss Pilkington, and then anyone that sends me their work today or tomorrow will have a shout out on Wednesday. Okay. Secondly, we're going to start doing class Zoom meetings, okay, so you'll find out more about that later in the week. Thirdly, you should all have an exercise book now, okay, so with your book, you can do all of your work in there, so that's where you should do all your writing, okay, whether it's for reading, writing, maths or phonics, it all needs to go in your book. And lastly, keep sending on your emails because I love to see them, okay. We're going to start off with our reading this morning, so firstly, what I'd like you to do is pause the video and have a read of the text on your own, because otherwise we don't get better at reading, do we? So have a go on your own, pause the video. Okay, now we're going to read it all together. What is Easter? Easter is an important Christian festival. Jesus was killed on a cross on Good Friday. He rose again on Easter Sunday. People visit church on Easter Sunday to celebrate Jesus rising from the dead. Okay, pause your screens again and have a read of this page. Okay, let's read it together. The world record for the tallest chocolate egg is over 10 metres. Easter traditions. Lots of people exchange chocolate eggs at Easter time. You can buy eggs in all shapes and sizes. Many people believe that the eggs represent new life. During Easter, hot cross buns are a popular food choice. The cross on top of the buns reminds people of Jesus and the cross. Okay, so questions. I'm going to read the question out and then we're going to have a go at it all together. Now, obviously, I've got questions here that says you need to tick a box, but you're writing in your book, so you're not going to be ticking anything. You're just going to be writing in full sentences, and I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? So question number 1. On which day do people visit church to celebrate Jesus rising from the dead? Is it Easter Sunday, Easter Monday, or Good Friday? Okay, so your answer might start something like this. People visit church on, and then you're going to tell me which day people visit church on, okay? So you need to write in full sentences, best handwriting, okay? Pause your video now and have a go at that one. Okay, people visit church on Easter Sunday to celebrate Jesus rising from the dead, okay? So if you got Easter Sunday, well done, fantastic. And let's go on to the next question. Question 2. The record for the world's tallest Easter egg is over, is it 1,000 metres, 100 metres or 10 metres? Okay, so you need to have a look back at the text. So pause your screen and have a look back at the text and then we will go through it together. But firstly, let's have a look how you should write it. The record for the world's tallest Easter egg is over, and then that's where you need to put your answer, okay? But make sure you write the whole sentence. Pause your screens. Okay, it's over 10 metres. Well done, guys. Okay, question 3. Why do people visit church on Easter Sunday? Why do people visit church on Easter Sunday? Now, you might have your own idea in your head for this one, but we need to make sure that we're getting it from the text, so that's how we know it's right, okay? So look back at the text. Your question might look something like this. People visit church on Easter Sunday too, and then you need to finish off that sentence, okay? Write it out in a full sentence, pause the video and have a go at that one for me. Okay, people visit church on Easter Sunday to celebrate Jesus rising from the dead. Okay, question number 4. Find and copy one word which means well liked. Okay, so we need to find a word in the text that means well liked. So if something is very liked by people. Okay, so your sentence might look something like this. Something, that's where you'll put your word, means well liked. Okay, so pause the video and have a look and try and answer that question for me. Okay, let's have a look at the answer. Popular means well liked. Okay, so popular is when lots of people like something. And last question, lots of people exchange boiled eggs at Easter time. Is it true or is it false? Okay, let's have a look about how you might go about writing that. So it is, and you'll either put true or false, that lots of people exchange boiled eggs at Easter time. Okay, so have a look at the text and work out if it's true or false, and then write out that beautiful sentence for me, okay, in your best handwriting. Pause your screens. Okay, it is false that lots of people exchange boiled eggs at Easter time, because they don't exchange boiled eggs, they exchange chocolate eggs. Well done. Okay, so those are the answers that you should have within your sentences. But don't worry too much about those because we went through them together. Okay, let's have a go with our maths. So we're going to start off with something a bit different. So for every day's learning, we're going to have a little starter activity that relates to something we've already covered. Okay, so we're doing a bit of practice. Okay, so we're going to do some counting in twos. So remember, we're adding on 2 every time. So I've given you the first few numbers of some number sequences. We've got 0, 2, 4, 6. So what comes next if we add 2? It should be 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then if we add on 2 to 8, what do we have next? 10. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is write a whole line in your book of numbers going up 2 every time, starting with 0. Okay, so you've got the first 4, so finish that line. Okay, pause your videos while you do that. Okay, well done guys. So now what I want you to do is the same but starting on 1. So again, you've got the first 4, we've got 1, 3, 5, 7. Add on 2 to 7, what do we get? 9, okay. And then you need to carry on. So do a whole line of those for me as well, okay? So pause your screens. Okay, well done guys. So we're going to go on to do some more capacity. Okay, so you've got 5 bottles here. What I'd like you to do is on your own, have a look at the pictures. So obviously you don't have these pictures in your books. You just need to write the numbers 1 to 5 like I've done at the bottom here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to tell me if they are full, nearly full, empty, nearly empty, or half full. So the words are at the top for you to copy. Okay, so number 1, let's have a look at this one, the first one. Okay, have a look at where the water comes up to. Okay, so the water comes up to here, doesn't it? Is it empty? How do you know it's not empty? Okay, because there is water in it, so it can't be empty, can it? Okay, so we know that this one is not empty. Is it full to the top? No. Okay, so have a look at where the water comes up to. Okay, is it nearly empty? Is it nearly full? Or is it half full? What do you think? And then have a go at writing that one down. Pause your screens if you need some more time for that, okay? And number 2, have a look where the water comes to in number 2, okay? Is it half full? No, it's not quite half full, is it? Is it empty? No, it's not empty. So it's less than half full, but it's not empty. So which word could we use that would show us how much water is in that bottle? Okay, pause your screens and have a go at answering that one in number 2 for me. Okay, number 3, now this one's a bit tricky to see, okay, but the water, you can slightly see it comes all the way to the top here, okay, the water comes to here. So if the water comes all the way to the top, what do we call that? Is it empty? Is it half full? Nearly empty, nearly full, or full? Pause your screens and have a go at writing that one. Okay, number 4, the water comes up to here, okay, so we need to find out where half full is. So whereabouts is half full? Point on your screens to where half full is. Okay, well done. So yeah, it's about here, isn't it? Okay, so if that's half full, we know that that is more than half full. But is it full to the top? Would we say that that is full? No, it's not going to be full. Okay, so what is it? Is it empty? Well, we know it's not empty. Is it nearly empty? Nope. It's not half full because it's more than half full, so it must be nearly full. Okay, have a go at writing that one on number 4. Okay, pause your screens. And then number 5, there is no water in the bottle. So have a look at which word would fit for that one. Okay, and write that down for number 5. Pause your screens. Okay, so those are your answers. So you can just check that you got them all right and then write those down. Pause the video if you need to just check them for a bit longer. Okay, now we're going to go on to compare some things. Okay, so we have got some pictures on this side, and this is how you're going to write your answers. Okay, so the first question says, which container holds less? So what does less mean? Is that bigger amount or a smaller amount? Okay, yeah, it's a smaller amount. So we're looking at the spoon and the tub. Which container holds less? Which holds the smallest amount? And then I would like you to put it in a sentence like on over here on this side. Okay, so the something, so either the spoon or the tub, holds less than the, and then the other one there. So pause your video and have a go at writing that out for me. Okay, and then we'll go on to the next one. Which container holds more? So now this question's different. That's why we need to be careful. This is asking which container holds more. So is more the smaller amount or the bigger amount? That's right, it's the bigger amount, okay? So which container holds more? Is it the cup or the glass? So think about the size of the cup and the size of the glass. Which one holds more? And then using the sentence on the left here that I'm circling, I would like you to write out your sentence for me. So pause your videos while you do that, and we'll look at the answers. Okay, well done. Yep, the first one is the spoon holds less than the tub. And the second one is the glass holds more than the cup. Well done. Okay, we've got a couple more left for maths. So if we have a look at the questions again over on the right, which container holds the least? So I'm going to put a circle around that so that we know that that's the one we're looking for. So is the least the smallest amount or the biggest amount? Okay, it's the smallest amount. So we've got a teacup, a watering can or a jug. Okay, so think about which one holds the least. And I'd like you to write it as a full sentence in your writing books for me, okay, in your exercise books. So write down the full sentence, the something holds the least. Okay, pause your video while you have a go at that one. Okay, and then the next one, which container holds the most? Okay, so is the most the smallest amount or the biggest amount? It's the biggest amount, okay? So we've got a bottle, we've got a glass, and we've got a bath. Okay, so which container holds the most? And here's your sentence starter here. The something holds the most. Okay, so I'd like you to use this sentence stem to write out which one holds the most, the bottle, the glass, or the bath. Okay, pause your video here and then we'll go through the answers. Okay, well done guys. Let's have a look at the answers. So the teacup holds the least, okay, so it's the smallest container, so it holds the least, okay. And for the second one, it's the bath that holds the most, okay, well done. And we're going to go on to some writing. So we're starting something a bit new today. We're going to start doing letters, okay. So what does a letter look like? So when I say letters, I mean like the letters that you might write to someone or that someone might write to you, okay. So pause the video for a second and have a think about what a letter might look like. Okay, a letter might start with to, and you're going to tell me who you're writing to, and it might end in from, and you'll put your name on the bottom, okay? And there'll be lots of writing. You might be telling people what you've done, okay? Why do we write letters? So again, pause the video and have a quick think about why we write letters. Okay, so we write letters to give people information or to tell them something we've done, to tell them something that's happened, okay? So we're telling something, we are giving information to people. And lastly, pause and have a quick think again. Who might we write a letter to? Okay, you could write a letter to absolutely anybody, okay, but you might probably write it to family or friends, okay, or someone that you can't see all the time. So you might write them a letter instead. Okay, so the purpose of a letter, okay, so that's why we do it, why we write it, is to give people information, okay, so to tell them something, to tell them things, we're giving them information. And some features of a letter, okay, you'll have who it's to and who it's from. You'll have some lovely adjectives in there because if we're telling someone information, giving information, we want it to be detailed, we want it to describe things, so we'll put lots of lovely adjectives in there. It'll also have your conjunctions because that makes the sentences flow better, doesn't it? Okay, so that's like your and, so, but, because, if, okay, and it's going to have information because that's what we're giving people. And lastly, it's going to have lots of detail. Okay, so those are the things that a letter will include. If you have a look at the bottom, I've put a sentence checklist here, and that is what we're going to use all the time to check our sentences. So we're checking for capital letters at the start and for names, finger spaces, good letter formation, so that means your best handwriting, okay, all the time. So here's your conjunctions, so your and, but, because, if, and so. And lastly, your punctuation, so that will normally just be your full stop at the end, but it could be a question mark, it could be an exclamation mark, okay, whatever it is you're using. So we're going to always use this to check our sentences. Okay, so your writing task today is, firstly I'd like you to put the title, why do we write letters, okay, at the top of your page. Then you're going to write 2 sentences for me. Your first sentence is going to start with, we write letters because. So you're going to tell me why we write letters. So look back at the purpose. Why do we write letters? It's to give people information, okay? So we're giving people information or telling them something. The second sentence you need to write is, a letter must include, okay? So you need to have a think about what a letter must include. So that is our features here on the right hand side. These are the things a letter must include, okay? So I'd like you to do that in your best handwriting because we're going to check them all with our checklist at the bottom, okay? So finger spaces, capital letters, best handwriting and punctuation. And don't forget conjunctions, and you won't need adjectives today, okay? That's just what goes in our letters, but you should always try and put conjunctions in there, okay? So pause your video and have a go at that writing task. Okay, well done, year 1. And now we're going to go on to some phonics, and then that will be the end of today's session. Okay, so the sound we're going to do today in phonics is A. Well done. Okay, so firstly, before we go on to our listening and writing, I've got a video for you to watch. Okay, so listen carefully.
Welcome to Geraldine the Giraffe flashcard. A, A, A. Listen, say the sounds, read the word. A, n, t, paint. S, a, n, Spain. R, a, l, rail. G, r, a, n, grain. B, r, a, d, braid. S, n, a, l, snail. A, r, a, d, afraid. Ag, a, n, again. X, l, a, n, explain. A, faith. Have another go without my help. Say the sounds, read the word. Now read this sentence on your own. Press pause for more thinking time. A. Do you know X?
Okay, and we're going to leave it there. So we're going to go on to our writing. Okay, so get your pens or pencils ready. Listen and write. So I'm going to read a sentence and I want you to write it for me. Now remember our sentence checklist. I need capital letters, finger spaces, best handwriting and punctuation, okay? So your first sentence is: the snail was afraid of the tall grass. The snail was afraid of the tall grass. Pause your video so that you can finish writing that sentence off then. Okay, so I've written my sentence here, so we're going to go through and check on my checklist. Have I got a capital letter? Yep, I've got it at the beginning there. Perfect. Tick. Have I got finger spaces? Yeah, I've got spaces between each word, so I've definitely done that. I have got good handwriting there. Okay, I know I've cheated by using a computer, but still can have a tick. This one doesn't really count for here, okay, because it's not our own writing, okay. And have I got my full stop at the end? Yes, I have. So I've got a tick for everything. I hope you guys have as well. We're going to do another one. So if you haven't got a tick for all of these, then don't worry. So you've got another chance, okay? So think about what you need to be doing. The next sentence is: the girl put her hair in a braid when she was painting the walls. The girl put her hair in a braid when she was painting the walls. Okay, pause the video while you write that one out then. Okay, well done guys. So as you can see, I've written mine as well. Let's just check I've got everything. I've got my capital letter. I've got my spaces between all my words. I've got my good handwriting. Again, we don't need this one. And I've got my full stop at the end. So I've got all my ticks, and hopefully you've all got your ticks as well. Fantastic, well done guys. Okay, what I want you to do now is write your own sentence. Okay, so it has to have the A sound that we've been doing. Okay, so the A and the I. Okay, it has to have the A sound in your sentence. At least one word that has the A sound, okay? Look at your sentence checklist and make sure you've got everything there, okay? This time you can, because it is your own writing, you can put your conjunctions in, okay? So pause the video and have a go at doing your own sentence. Well done guys, okay, and just check on your sentence checklist that you've got everything. Have you got a capital letter? Have you got finger spaces? Is it your best handwriting? Have you got a conjunction? And have you got some punctuation, even if it's just a full stop at the end? Fantastic, well done. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. So don't forget to keep sending me your work and activities on the email address below, okay? When you do your work, you can ask your grown-ups to take a picture and send it to me, because I love getting all the work that I've got at the moment, okay? So keep sending that in, okay? See you tomorrow.